I try to get rid of fucking notifications on my phone, and it fucking pops up.
Star Wars just pops up.
Well, it's one of the. I play one of those Star Wars games, and it's poof, here it is, and I want the notifications to go away. Anyway, all right, go away. Fucking hell. All right, what are we on, number 4?
You're number 4.
My number 4 is He-Man.
Yep. I'm gonna make a. What's that word?
I don't know.
Why do I? It's like sometimes I just forget the fucking English language.
Well, it's hard. It's easy to do. It's not like we speak it every day.
I'm gonna make a confession.
Yep.
I've never watched He-Man.
You've never seen He-Man?
No.
That's fine. That's cool.
I get it. I just never seen it. Fucking cry somewhere else, pussy.
Oh, there was a big pussy in that one.
Talking about She-Ra or whatever, or the Cheetah Girl, whatever the fuck.
No, I was actually talking about his cat, Battle Cat.
What?
The one that he rides.
What's the one with the Cheetah Girl? Is that Thundercats?
She-Ra.
Is that Thundercats? She-Ra, yeah.
Thundercats, yeah.
She-Ra?
Thundercats.
Oh.
Thundercats.
Yep, go on.
Thundercats.
What about it?
Oh.
Jesus
You didn't see that coming?
No.
All right, number 3.
I also never saw Thundercats.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to watch that.
There's certain things I watched and there were certain things I didn't.
Saturday morning for me
back.
was get up out of bed at 6 o'clock, 6:30 G.I. Joe, 7 o'clock He-Man, 7:30 Thundercats, 8 o'clock. This depends depending on the year. Robotech, something like that. But yeah,
I never watched cartoons Saturday mornings.
Oh man, that was the thing. I never watched. We didn't get to watch TV throughout the week.
I'll tell you
a
what.
lot,
When I got out of school, my number 1 and number 2 answers on this list were the 4 o'clock or the 3 o'clock and 3:30 shows, and then the 4 o'clock and 4:30 shows were Saved by the Bell
I was going to say Saved by the Bell had it on there.
Power Rangers. But the 2 before it were these animated that I'm going to get to.
What's your number 3 then?
My number 3 was Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I bet you are.
My number 3 is G.I. Joe.
Yep, not on my list.
Real American Hero.
Not on my list.
I know.
Wanted to put it on there.
Yeah,
just simply for the public service announcements that were hilarious.
Oh man,
those were great.
And the more you know,
we don't have stuff like that anymore on TV.
Knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, good messages for our children.
Sure we do.
I just don't see. Maybe I don't watch children's stuff, but it just seems like it. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
stay away from power lines.
Yeah. Captain,
well, you know what?
Captain Planet.
You know what? Gung ho. If you have to tell me that, then maybe I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Captain Planet. Jesus Christ.
That's the most liberal show.
Now that you're an adult, you say that. But when you're a kid, you don't give a shit. You're like, yeah, save the planet. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why that's a fucking liberal. I don't understand why it's a liberal versus Republican thing. Hey,
the planet?
Conserve the place in fucking which you live.
Because Republicans don't give a shit. Because when they die,
they're dead.
Cares? Yeah,
like, we're dead.
A shit.
I'm going into heaven.
It's like, listen, bitch. If I destroy this earth, I won't be here to see it.
Right, but then their counter.
But your kids will.
Yeah, but see, and that's the thing.
I don't have kids.
Their counter argument to any kind of like fucking taxing or public education program or anything that they have to pay more money or that the deficit. Well, it's going to be on the piggybacks of our children and our grandchildren. Wait a minute. You just said you don't care about your children and grandchildren have to grow up in a fucking polluted world.
But they care about the money.
But they care about whether or not they're going to be able to afford.
Look, here's the deal. I don't give a shit. Okay, I just don't. I don't care. Because
I don't care if you care.
Because shit's gonna happen to this planet whether we're here or not. Can we? What's that? Damn it! See, I try to use smart words and then fucking just escape me. Do we expedite the process? Sure,
yep.
But you know what? It's gonna happen regardless.
Just because the
fucking ice ages and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, can we move on?
Yep.
Captain Planet can go suck a dick. Wow. What are we on?
Number 2.
My number 2?
Yeah.
All right, so this was the 4 o'clock show.
Uh-huh.
Or no, this was the 4:30. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I didn't put that on my list. But
absolutely.
I used to. Yeah.
Oh my god.
As I grew up, I actually got to watch that one.
Yeah, I still remember the pizza episode with the pizza monsters. They put them in the microwave and they grow into real monsters. Yeah. And they go into the sewer and they fight the Rat King.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
I'm trying to remember the iconic, not the iconic episode. But
that's the episode I always remember.
Oh, which one was it? I can't remember. Anyway.
But yeah, that was the 4:30 show, I believe, right? Yeah. It was 4:30 was Ninja Turtles.
No, it wasn't 4:30. 4:30 was Saved by the Bell.
No, it was. Oh no, 3:30. It
was
3:30. 4 was Power Rangers, and then 4:30 was Saved by the Bell. So the 3 o'clock is my number 1. So your number 2 is?
My number 2 is the original Power Rangers, Voltron.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I never watched Voltron either.
Oh man, they have a new. What are you looking at?
I just look at your turtle over there having fun.
Oh,
it's in the corner of my eye, and he's swimming in happiness.
It's kind of funny that
I used to have one just like him. Yeah. His name was Shell.
Well, that's a her.
Okay, well, a her could be Shell.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's a her, and it's funny. Her name used to be Leo, right?
Right.
And then we found out that it's a girl, so they changed her name to
Leonidris
to Karai.
Karai?
From Ninja Turtles.
Oh, what is Karai? Is that the girl from the third one?
Ones, yeah.
Oh, okay, I had no idea. I thought you were making shit up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
No.
Splinter. No, I had 2 turtles, 2 green painted Terrepians, like that one.
Well, that's a red-eared slider.
Oh, red-eared slider. Okay, well, like him, but the green painted version.
That's a her.
Like it. Jesus Christ.
No, the Spanish language, everything has a fucking gender. Even a pencil.
Well, I mean, to guys, they call their cars hers, so, I mean, even objects have a... Fuck off with your shit. So, anyway, the turtle...
The turtle.
The turtle in question... Actually, it was 2 turtles. The turtle... I'm sorry, let me be Bob and Rocksteady for you. The Toidles...
The Toidles?
Okay. Were named Wax and Shell. Turtle, Wax, Turtle, Shell.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's what happens when a 10-year-old names a turtle.
Yep.
I thought I was being creative.
You were.
And then Wax disappeared. My friend stole Wax because it was the bigger one.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, he was moving to Virginia, and then he knew where my turtles were in the backyard, and it was obviously get into the backyard access.
He just took your.
He just took my fucking turtle, and then Shell. I had Shell up until the Meadowview house.
Yeah,
and then I think my brother
sat on
it. No, I think he went and let it go because I refused to feed it after a while.
Why?
I kind of forgot it existed. I got old and didn't really care about the turtle anymore.
Oh.
And then the craziest thing happened with Shell would never die because I still remember Shell got out at my parents' house, got into the pool. We found him in the pool upside down in the chlorinated pool for God knows how long. And I was like, oh my God, he's dead. And we got him out, put him in a pan, and I was going to go bury him. And then I heard little scratching, and he was alive. I'm like, I guess the chlorine just put him to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I've had him thrown up against a wall. My friend was playing with him, and it bit him, and he threw the turtle against the wall.
Well.
Yeah. Survived that. Survived being out of water for about a half a day or so.
Wow.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah.
And then survived. And then the one that really surprised me was all of winter long, the entire well, I'm sorry, we're in Texas, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No,
the entire
2 months of winter, it was outside. The cage was outside. I know. I'm a cruel bastard. And then the water iced over the top.
Uh-oh.
And he was under that ice for 2 months, I think, something like that.
Wow.
I thought he was dead. I was like, all right, he's dead. There's no way. I'm not going to fish him out. He was alive. After it melted, he was alive under there. I'm like 2 months without food. I'm like, did he hibernate? Did the cold put him to sleep, I guess?
Yeah.
That's my only thought.
Reptilian, yeah.
But then but I don't know if he died or not. My brother.
Just let him go?
Yeah, I guess.
In the middle of Arlington.
Because I moved away to an apartment and left him there. And then when I came back to visit, he was gone. So I'm like, I guess he did something. But that was a tough fucking turtle.
Well, there you go. You should have kept it.
And when I got him, he was the size of a 50-cent piece.
Yeah. That's how big Karai was.
And how old?
And she's at least a year old, at the very least.
That's pretty big for a year.
Yeah.
That's like centuplet in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's put on some weight.
Yeah, she's a heifer.
So that's true because she's never been mated.
That's true.
All right, number 1. We don't have any honorable mentions because fuck that shit.
Yep.
I just made this list on the fly.
You did.
Number 1.
What's my number 1?
Yep.
My number 1 is the 3 o'clock show.
3 o'clock show, which is
The Real Ghostbusters.
I remember the Real Ghostbusters. That shit was fun. I remember a buddy of mine for his birthday got 2 Egons. And he would use one as a stunt double. So anytime we were playing and then there was a stunt, he'd be like, Tom, cut! Call him the stunt double. And he'd bring in the second one that was all beat to shit.
I remember, and this is probably the most racist thing I did as a kid.
Uh-oh.
But I honestly, as a kid, didn't even think about it. But I do now that I'm saying this right now, and it's pretty fucked up. Because I used to fuck with because I had the toys, The one with, I think Ray was the one that, you'd press his arm and his eyes would pop out of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had Winston.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Steadmore.
And I used to burn him. I used to light him on fire to see if he would get blacker.
Wow.
As a kid, I didn't
That's funny.
I was 9, 10 maybe.
That's funny.
And I just fucking burn him.
Burn him.
I did it to my G.I. Joes, too.
Yeah.
A couple
I mean, yeah.
But I did it to Winston simply because
you were
black.
Sid. You were Sid from the kid from next door.
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Yeah, but just to Winston.
Just to Winston.
And a couple of
G.I. Joes. Yeah. All right, my number one.
It wasn't black G.I. Joes. It was all G.I. Joes.
Yeah. My number one was Robotech.
Never saw Robotech.
Oh, man. It's the Macross Saga for actual, for people who are hoity-toity about their anime. It's the Macross cycle.
Yeah.
Or saga, whatever. But for us kids, when we were growing up and the fucking thing said Robotech across a goddamn screen.
You were like, ooh, I'm
it's
interested.
Fucking Robotech. Dude, it was the coolest thing. They had three different storylines within this Robotech TV show. The first one had these fucking super awesome planes and shit that would, transform into robots. They had
Transformers.
Yeah, you're right. But this was out. Well, of course, it's all Transformers is inherently Japanese as well.
Right. So we steal everything from Japan.
Sure.
Duh.
Well, I think Japan sold us. They just sent it over here. Anyway, regardless of the point, they had three. There was the middle one, which was like tank. They had tanks and whatnot, but they could, they would all transform a little bit. And then the third one, which I thought was the coolest one, was motorcycles. And instead of them being in these giant tanks or planes or whatnot, they were just motorcycles, and motorcycles would like transform onto the person itself and give them this armor. Shit. Yeah, it was fucking cool. The toys were fucking amazing. Some of the best toys I've ever had.
I gotta say,
yeah.
In like the 2005 to 2010ish that time period, I always remember looking at toys that were for sale, and I'm like, this shit sucks. And because I always remembered as a kid, fucking badass toys.
Yes,
but
Tonka
now,
trucks used to be now,
the last like 4 years, I don't know if you've looked.
Well, yeah,
but the toys have gotten fucking better. They've like quadrupled in awesomeness from just like 5 years ago.
Well, give me an example, because I mean, I guess the only
I don't really have an example. I just remember going into Toys R Us, which is right next to my store in the mall.
Yeah,
and I went into Toys R Us like last month, and I was actually looking into the toys, and they have like I can't think of it. Just everything I was looking at was blowing my mind.
Yeah,
but it was the
Ninja Turtle toys I thought were cool. They're pretty cool now, but they look eerily similar to the ones that I had growing up.
Yeah,
it's like they didn't really change them.
Something it was like
the Transformers
I think is what it was.
Cool.
I think
I
it's
tell you
what
what though, the Transformers, man, fuck those things. They've gotten so goddamn difficult to transform.
Give me 5 hours.
Yeah, give me. I had to send one to my brother. The Optimus Prime one, the big one.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, Joe, can you figure this out? He's all, yeah. Comes back next day. Goes, here you go. Fucking
wow.
Greetings and welcome. I want to play a game.
Yeah, I want to play a game, Jeremy.
Why are we doing this already?
Because we're done with the top 10. We're not having a break because we're running out of time.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
I want to play a game.
I don't want to play a game.
We're playing a game. Now, as many of you know, Mr. Jeremy here is like a connoisseur. We are both horror film connoisseurs.
Not really.
Yeah, I think so.
Nah.
I think we are. I think out of all the genres, we are probably more easily associated with the horror genre.
Maybe.
I think so. Specifically because of zombie fiction and zombie film, and werewolves.
I do love me some werewolves.
Yeah. So this is a like a trivia thing that I found online. So basically, the premise is that you're in a movie store, the old school ones, like the Blockbuster. We actually had to get the VHS, and you're picking up the cases and you're looking at them and to see whatever. Anyway, so each one of these, I'm going to give you I'm just going to read it, and you're going to have to guess the movie. All right.
No way I'll get that.
Yeah, you will. I promise. Here's the first one. Alone in the section, you pick up a box and start reading. Suddenly, you're walking through a deserted parking lot when from behind you hear, "Helen, be my victim." Who or what is after you?
Helen?
Helen.
What the fuck is Helen?
Be my victim.
Just think tall black man named Tony.
You talking about Candyman?
Yeah.
That's like one of the only horror series I haven't seen.
Yeah, but still, you know that one.
I knew that because you told me tall black man.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you survived. Carefully picking up another box, you begin to read. You look up suddenly and find that you're not in a video store anymore. Instead, you're in a deep... Oh, fucking hell. Let me just do this. Yep. Got to switch pages. You're in a deep well. A shadowy figure at the top of the well shouts,